Hi everyone. I don't know, maybe you're sick of seeing me already. I'm the Holy Father's son. And I gotta tell you, since Friday the 13th of 24, goddamn, a lot of things has happened, leading up to it and everything, right there. You go back, you look at the Jack Denny and stuff, shit that happened on Friday the 13th and everything that happened. I'll tell you, my life was flipped upside down. I've been blessed by the Holy Father. I am just happy to goddamn be out of the situation I was once in, and I feel personally blessed. I feel blessed, and I think that you should feel goddamn blessed too, that you fucking lived through something that was so fucking dramatic since 2014. And I'll tell you, the stuff that happened in 2014 happened, and these here Camus cops goddamn know it. These Camus cops absolutely know it. And you've pushed the envelope too goddamn far with the Holy Father, Satan, and Eve, and myself, by the way. And that's just the beginning. But you know that the polls and stuff are flipped and stuff since all this year's happened and stuff. Holy crap, even Satan's in hell, and God Almighty's gonna flip this fucking earth upside down and just rock and roll this earth, because you have the Adam and Eve effect. If I'm not happy, Eve's not gonna be goddamn happy about it at all. You see, because Eve and Satan has to live through my unhappiness. I had to live through the happy days of them. Boy, now they got to live with the unhappy days of me or the happy days of me. And really, it's up to you, too. Because my happiness means you're going to be happy, too. But if I'm not happy, you're going to surely be fucking sad, bad, dead. Your fucking houses and stuff imploding around you and stuff and just crushing. I've seen the floods in Arizona lately. I've seen the other catastrophic stuff going on. I see the northeastern stuff developing. You may have a northwestern shit develop too, because shit just runs downhill from me. And I told Ernie Tobeck about this up in Thurston County. I mean, I'm not trying to blow smoke up everyone's ass. I'm telling you, it's Joshua inside the cup, Joshua outside the cup. I have the luxury of telling you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And you better understand that I'm not sitting here trying to make brownie points with people. I'm telling you, you better get that Susan Jane Donahoe out of Camus and Washougal and out of my goddamn eyesight. And I don't want to be harassed by a bunch of bullshit any goddamn more. And neither does the Holy Father, neither does Satan and Eve. They don't want me fucking bothered by any goddamn buddy. You don't understand that? I like the people at the Rama. I get along with the people at the Rama. As soon as I go down to that there park, for some fucking reason I pull in there, and the cops seem to say, well, John's here right now, and it seems like there's a little harassment plot there. Hey, you know what? The fucking riffraff comes there, I'll just call 311 and say, hey, there's a situation down here, come down there and look at it. The cop's sitting there calls me back on the phone. You're not going to chew me out and stuff when I get down there. No, I want you to do your goddamn job. He's complete. How are you going to talk to me when I get down there? How in the fuck am I supposed to talk to you? There's goddamn riffraff right here at my fucking motorhome. This is where me and Eve was at. And I'm the Holy Father's son, and I goddamn want you fucking people to do your goddamn job. What the fuck happened at 1007th Street in Camas, Washington, law enforcement officers? Get fucking straight right goddamn now. I'm the Holy Father's son. I goddamn didn't know what was going on. That Susan Jane Donahoe said an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. And she said, you're worth something to me. She ended up coming back, dropping 24 eggs, stomping on them on the floor, throwing them in the garbage can, doing a sweep in the house, saying it's a clean sweep. And I'm fucking cursed right there. You goddamn fucking cops understand that woman's a witch and a whore, and she's the woman from inside the Bible. And by the way, I had a Bible shake in my hand in that house, and keys fall out into my lap. And I ultimately walked down and I threw them in that river that goes underneath the mill right there on the road that goes down to the U.S. Bank. I said, anything worth having's worth working for, and I threw it in the fucking water. You don't goddamn know how much fucking hell I've been through. And by the way, you better look at the fucking information up north about the Walmart incidents and all the damage in Lewis County, Washington. Camas and Washougal could instantly become a fucking graveyard, and I am serious as a fucking heart attack. You do not have no goddamn room to fucking wiggle in this one. I'm as serious as a fucking heart attack. You look at the fucking information that's up north about the damage that's here and the other damage that was in the Pacific Northwest during the time. And matter of fact, in 2014, that dock down there in Washougal, down at Steamboat Landing where me and Eve had met and everything, that dock got ripped up. It was once wood, I think, or whatever it was. I didn't go out on it too much prior to going down there, I don't believe. I really didn't go out on that dock too much. But I had been down there in 2014. I surely was down there, and Susan Jane Donahoe was down there too. I never want to see her down there again. I think that I'm not asking for too goddamn much. And you asked Susan Jane Donahoe what the fuck gone on, she goddamn will nut up on you. Because she goddamn knows what's true. And you cops knows what's true too, because there was Camas cops and sheriffs in that office. And who's the fucking victim and who's the fucking villains? And nobody's supposed to be up and above the law. That's what the Camas cop said that just wrote me a $150 ticket. I think you owe me $150, by the way. To be honest with you, it was fucking red. He still comes, or it was yellow, and he still comes to my motorhome saying that he drove through a red light in front of him. Oh, the fuck I did. And I told those officers right there, I said it was yellow all the way. I even paid the ticket. I have the luxury of telling the truth. I even paid the ticket. You're not going to let me tell the truth, and I paid the ticket within an hour of getting the ticket? Looks kind of funny to me, but I'm a funny motherfucking guy because I'm the Holy Father's son, and that's how I rub shit in people's fucking face. And the Holy Father's going to rub shit in everyone's face, and Satan and Eve's going to be right there doing it too, by the way. And I'm not trying to threaten you. I'm just trying to tell you the truth to the fucking matter. What happened on 1007th Street? What happened on Killingsworth on that same day? And there's an automobile wreck on my driver's license that proves the day that it goddamn happened. It sure does. It sure goddamn does. I have lots of evidence that proves the things that's happened in Camas, Washington. And by the way, I have the luxury of a Bible shaking in my hand and the keys fall out in my lap, officers. You want to fuck with the Holy Father? You want to fuck with Satan and Eve? You just go goddamn ahead. I'm no more than a fucking victim in this whole goddamn thing that found out that Eve was my wife at the end of the day. And how do you feel now? Because I feel that I'm not in the wrong. I'm just somebody that's fighting for my own survival, and I'm the Holy Father's son. And shit just slides downhill from here. It's not my goddamn fault that all this fucking happened. But I guess I'm God's remedy to your fucking bullshit. Because God wants to put an end to it. If it pleases God, it pleases me. If it pleases me, it pleases God. I tell God, if you want to annihilate Camas and Washougal for what they've goddamn done to me, you just go ahead, Holy Father. It's in your fucking hands. It's not in mine. And if you fucking throw a stone at me, he's going to goddamn throw a boulder at you. Let the first person let the innocent one throw the stone. Well, fuck, I could throw all the goddamn stones I did because I was the victim. I stood in hell for 2,000 years for the women's sins. Women, you're all out of the equation. You see, God made a fail-safe plan with that one, and all these men are in checkmate. You're in last place, men. And by the way, you're supposed to be on the right-hand side. That right-hand door is yours. It's not the woman's. The woman's side is on the left-hand side. Whoa, men. Just like that. And by the way, I told the truth all the way. Women are from the left-hand side. And even these men that want to be trannies, that want to be women, you won't get a woman's position. Oh, I'm just a man. I'm just a woman locked in a man's body. Well, anyway, I've heard it goddamn all. I'm the Holy Father's son too, and I don't accept it. If you want to live the way you want to live, God knew how you was going to live before you ever goddamn did it. I don't want to sit here and play politics, and I don't want to have to sit there in a goddamn cop's car wondering if a cop's doing the right thing or the wrong thing. It's obviously there was a fucking problem with a motorhome parked right there. The license plate, you couldn't even goddamn hardly tell which state it was from. It's from Oregon, by the way. What's it doing in Washington State? There wasn't even a tab on it that I goddamn could see. And by the way, you know, when I said that to the officer, he says, hey, he says, I understand what you're saying. I hear what you're saying like that. I told him, I said, why don't you drop your gun and badge and come on over and see me sometime and fill me out and see what the fuck I'm about? How's that for goddamn niceness to a law officer? I like the law officer, matter of fact, and I really like the other officer that fucking wouldn't take his eyes off the people in the motorhome because he knows who the fuck I am. I'm a nice goddamn guy that would watch over his shoulder. As a matter of fact, even this other guy, I'd watch over his shoulder too. I don't want nothing to happen to these law officers. But I'll tell you what, if you don't take care of that, I can't help you with goddamn anything, and I've goddamn seen it all. I've really seen it all, and I've seen enough to where I don't even want to see no goddamn more bloodshed or fucking people dying in front of me or around me. I am so fucking sick of it. And by the way, the Holy Father wants me to have a good life because I deserve it. And even Satan's dependent on it, by the way. And I do, and I eat the best I can and do exactly what the Holy Father says because I've been grabbed by the goddamn nuts and scared straight. I told the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, even to the luxury of the people down at the U.S. Bank and down at the new Peak Credit Union, that's Peak with a small letter. Peak? We're a fucking spy organization. They're built on the D.B. Cooper money and everything. They're so goddamn bold and brazen. Just like Donald Trump and his weird cult party. And that's the truth. And, hey, have a nice, wonderful day. I love everyone. I wish everybody would just come into compliance, you know, in the way they should. And by the way, Susan Jane Donahoe and that goddamn group of fucking bullshit is not welcomed in the city of fucking Camas or Washougal by any of the goddamn good residents that pays the taxes, that pays your wages, officers. I'll talk to you later, everyone. You know, it's hard to talk sense into people that are senseless.